Most fitness businesses collect a ton of valuable data, but then they completely ignore it. And I've spent the last 7 or so years watching gyms, studios, a lot of supplement retail stores that just flat out leave money on the table. And it's not because they don't have the data, it's because they treat it like it's a nice to have, like a bonus feature. But the actual truth is data isn't a bonus. It's the foundation for trust, retention, recurring revenue. The real issue isn't the lack of data, however, it's the lack of connection. Most shops already track body composition, attendance, purchases, goals, but it's all in different systems. They never talk to each other, and that means they never see the patterns that could actually transform their business. Something powerful happens when a customer sees themselves reflected in data. The whole tone of the conversation flat out changes. It's no longer a sales pitch. It becomes a prescription. And I've seen it 100 times live. A customer steps on the scale. It's their second or third visit. The profile shows up on the screen. They see how their body is actually changed in real time. The staff doesn't need to be a coach or a nutritionist. They just have to say, here's where your body fat was 2 weeks ago, and here's where it is now. You've actually dropped, by science, you've dropped 2%. What you're doing is working. Let's make sure you're getting enough protein to hold that muscle and things like that. The customer leans in big time. They're flat out engaged because the conversation isn't about the product anymore. It's about their own body, and they can see it live right on the screen. Oh, there have been tons of studies on this. In a 2025 study, 46% of consumers said that they want as much quantifiable data as possible about their health, and that 54% of them said that if they could afford it, they would buy a composition analyzing device, but they're expensive. The demand is already here. What's missing is how businesses respond to it. So get the device, provide them what they're actually looking for, parlay sales right into that. Oh yeah, we have a shop in Southern California we did a case study with, and they had the body composition scanner just much like ours. They used it like most do, free scans, printed results, basic interpretation. They saw maybe 10% conversion on their supplement upsells, but then they implemented our system, which uses that data to build out full customer profiles automatically after every scan. It tracked progress over time. It sent alerts when customers plateaued. It reminded customers to come in. It matched trends with product recommendations live on the screen. And within 90 days, their upsell conversion went from 10% to 38%. Their fitness challenge participation doubled, which doubles the repeat visit count. Referrals jumped 20% because progress visuals were easy to share. And actually, staff confidence shot up, which had them sell more because they weren't pressured to sell anymore. They were just giving advice. And the data, all the data did the heavy lifting, which was absolutely amazing and made it easier to find new staff. So the kicker, they didn't change the store. They changed how they used the data that they already had. They were more efficient with it. They were more intentional with it. The biggest surprise for me in building Fitmanager has been seeing just how directly fitness data influences buying behavior. That's what we learned while doing this. Even a small change in the numbers, 1% drop in body fat, a slight muscle gain. This creates a moment where the customer thinks, whatever I'm doing is working. What else can I do? That's the window. That's the moment they say yes to coaching or buy additional supplements or join a challenge. So it's not just about tracking progress, it's about servicing progress in the way that fuels their next step, their next visit, their next purchase. Yeah, I hear that a lot. I've been doing this for 15 years. I know it works, right? That's what they say. I know it works, David. I trust my gut and I get it. Intuition matters, but I tell them data doesn't replace your instincts, it sharpens them. You're still coaching with your gut, okay? We're not trying to replace that, but now your gut is informed by patterns that you would have never seen on your own. It's like feeling your way through a dark room versus flipping on a light, right? Same instincts, just more visibility, okay? Adding data to your already established sales skills will just double things. The compounding effect is insane. The starting point is really just collecting the data, collecting it in a structured way where you know it's safe. That's the first move. Most shops already have the data, but it's scattered, disorganized, lost in systems that don't talk to each other. So step one is simple. Install a system that pulls your scale data, composition data, purchase history, challenge results, goals, all into a single profile. And don't worry about AI or automation just yet. Just make sure the data is clean and accessible. Once that's in a good place, the patterns become obvious. Who buys what? Who's improving? What offers work? You can't automate what isn't documented. You can't personalize what isn't tracked. So step one, collect data like it's the blood life of your business, because it is. Yeah, as we collect more personal data, the responsibility of that grows as well, especially in today's modern age. Clear, consistent transparency is a non-negotiable. People need to know what's being collected, why, and how it's being used. Data ownership should always stay with the client, meaning the business. You can use it with permission, but you should never treat it like it's an asset or should ever be sold. Privacy needs to be backed from the start. Think HIPAA level encryption. Even if you're not legally bound to it, it's a smart move. And the biggest thing, use the data to serve, not manipulate. Just because you can predict someone's insecurities doesn't mean you should exploit them. This is someone's body we're talking about, right? That's sacred ground. We got to treat it that way. Oh, the next frontier of data collection is going to be huge. It's going to be full of anatomical profiling. So not just fat or muscle mass, we're talking facial tension maps, connective tissue density, real-time glucose tracking, even neurological activation patterns. Imagine scanning a customer and seeing that their posterior chain is underperforming by 15%. Now, you're not just selling a protein shake, right? You're recommending mobility work plus supplements tailored to tissue recovery. That's massive. Pair those together, it's crazy results. Eventually, every health and fitness product will be sold based on only on anatomical proof that someone's body actually needs it. You're gonna have to prove these things. Not this could help you, more like your scan shows the exact deficiency. Here's the solution. That's where we're going. It's buying is now a fact. At Fitmanager, the vision is to become the central nervous system of fitness businesses, okay? A platform where every interaction, every product, every recommendation is driven by real-time data from the client's own body. Nothing gets sold unless it makes sense for that individual and that we can prove it. Our job is to make that level of personalization simple and scalable for any gym, shop, or coach. The businesses that win in the next 10 years won't be the ones with the best supplements. That's just a fact. Or the flashiest branding. They'll be the ones that know how to use data to create fully personalized experiences that drive real outcomes. And the truth is, the gold mine's already under your feet if you're collecting data. You just need the right tools to start digging.